just so everyone's aware.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart
I'm still here. I'm just
starts
setting up.
to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears.
And scene. Do I have anybody here? I don't even know. Oh, let's see. Let's log in. The normal audience is well past their bedtime. I say bedtime, but oh, stop. Wow, it's only 18%. How did that get down that far? The battery on this thing. Oh, let's see. We're in a trade war. Just so you're aware, there's 6 people watching. Okay, there's nobody. The normal crew is not here because nobody's hit the thumbs up. And it's all bots. Guarantee it's all bots. There's Josh. Larry. Oh. We got a lot. Let's see. Let's go to the core investment groups. I mean, there's not a lot of green. Not a lot of green. But we're gonna, should I do scans? You know what? I'll skip the scans. More than Jacob. We've got Amazon under 200. I think it's a screaming buy. This is just one of those stocks that I think you get it at a discount. We've got Stephanie Link makes such a good elevator pitch. I mean, just all of these, if you want to just listen to her. I would follow her stock portfolio all the time. And she does, and one that I brought up yesterday, NEE, which just went into Google. She's starting a position. It's not her normal thing. Tesla rallies, and we're going to go over just a little thing. The first crack in this economy is that people are starting to lower their year-end targets. Where are we going? There's the ticker on okay, what are the big things that determine what, where we're going? Now, this is also Peter Lynch on how investors take advantage of dips. It's a great video. It is great advice from the legendary investor. The S&P is down 8%. February high close over the last 75 years. I mean, this isn't something to necessarily be panicked about, but there's only one man that can save this market. And also, by the way, happy Bear Stearns Day. Jim Cramer, March 11th. We missed it yesterday. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. 2 weeks later, I think it was, CPI inflation slows. I mean that's where we're going to go over everything. This is the trade war 1 versus the trade war 2. And you can see the numbers there. We'll go over everything. And Trump bought a Tesla. So, I honestly don't think Tesla's a bad buy. Let's see. 4-hour algorithm does not have you in yet. It probably will on this candle. But we're not holding the gains, Larry. That's the thing, is the high was 251. You opened up at 247. You're trading at 243. So, Jolene, I should go into my Dolly Parton impression. Why are there so many ads coming up on this? Wow. I don't get it. But it is promoting Robinhood. Okay, here's what I have to do. I have to do something really quick. Sign out, and we're going to show the Trendspider. The St. Patrick's Day is still going on. We're going to get out of that. We're going to look at that. So we're going to move this over here. We're going to open up this one. And we're going to move that over there. And then that's the Bezos one. So yeah, we've got everything that we need. I mean, I don't know if I open up Robinhood. But yeah, let's go to QQQ. Okay. And then I got to sign back in. Log in to my, come on. 931-301. I've got a couple of burner accounts here too. I was in the Tesla dealership reading all about a lot of this stuff, but yeah. Morning, Mark. Okay. I'm going to hit record. Good morning. It is, afternoon. It's 11 o'clock. It's Wednesday, March 12th. I'm doing a little bit later. So you get a live look of what I look at the markets and I'm glad I'm doing this later because inflation already came out and we're seeing the market react. So we're going to go over that. We're going to go over, there's one man that can save this market and I will announce who it is. Peter Lynch thinks these are buying opportunities and why. It's like a minute-long video that I suggest you watch. The best indicators about where we're going. And the first crack has appeared. Where will we end the year? Tesla's flying. Stephanie Link had a bunch of stuff. We're going to go over everything. Okay. The first thing I want to tout is that Trump did buy a Tesla. I don't even know what he bought. I mean, there is no, they had Teslas lined up in the middle of the White House, and it was the worst presentation I've ever seen in my life. The worst, the absolute worst. If that was an event to showcase the technology, the cars, and that Trump was actually buying them, why wouldn't he have his effing phone out to buy a Tesla online like every other individual can do. That's a fail. For me, complete fail. And Tesla's just going up for this. So let's look at something real quick, because right now you're seeing Trump just imposed 25% tariffs. Canada's imposing tariffs. There is no end to this. It's continuing. Yes, we may have peace in Ukraine. There's good news there, but you're in a market, and we've said this before, you're in a market where a tweet can take you down. So the market doesn't want to buy into this. And Trump's trade war is decimating markets. Now, he had his Treasury Secretary on last Friday. Treasury Secretary is going to be on CNBC tomorrow as well. They are rolling out everybody. If they tell you they are not worried about the markets, that's just BS, and it's an absolute outright lie. They're worried about the markets. Why shouldn't you be? Let's go over some things. Again, do you want to buy into this market? If you believe that we've reached all-time highs for the next 10 years, and I think Shai said it yesterday, I don't agree with this. He said we could be going into another lost decade. I don't believe that is happening. Will we see 6 months down? That's up to Trump. If he's actually not watching the market and you believe that he just doesn't care, then I think you could see 6 to 8 months of continued downside. But Trump's first trade war, 2018, highs to lows. The NASDAQ down 24%. Bitcoin down 76%. Okay, that's from the absolute high to the absolute low. 2025 so far, NASDAQ is down 13%. You're not down 24%. Bitcoin was down 30%. You're not even halfway of what Bitcoin lost during that first trade war. So just understand, when I say there's more room to the downside, I'm assuming there are more tweets. I'm assuming that this man doesn't care about the current economy. Scott Bessett, I posted it yesterday. He said, you've had 2 years of 20% gains. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. That's the message we're getting from this administration. So does that mean sell out? It absolutely does not mean sell out. But I will tell you, CPI inflation slows more than expected in February, but tariffs loom over the outlook. CPI was fantastic. This would normally rally. After a 5% decline in the market, this would be a 10% upside in a normal market. The market doesn't believe it. So let's look at QQQ. First off, you don't have an entry in the 4-hour algorithm. And if you've listened to me long enough, you know the 4-hour algorithm. See the entry? See the exits right there? A green, a red, a green, a red, a red. Again, over 24 months, we backtest this. That's the point of a strategy, backtesting. And when I look at this over 24 months, you have 19 positions. So you're trading less than once per month. Patience. Okay? You win 53% of the time. So of the 19 times, you win 53% of the time. That is better than blackjack. That's better than Vegas. So I am going to look at this and say, okay, well, what's the return of that 53%? Well, ironically, it's again 53.9%. What if you buy and hold? Well, it's 61%. And you can see that green line. We've broken down, but today we've come back to it. Okay, we've come back to it. You don't have a MACD cross up yet on this 4-hour. You don't have an RSI that's coming shooting up. It was at 21. You're at 30. Okay, let's break this down. I always say, when in doubt, zoom out. Let's zoom in, because what I want to show you is the after hours. Okay, you see yesterday we had this great rally when peace was coming in, when the tariffs were, when the energy tariffs were taken off. You had this fantastic rally. Couldn't hold. Sold into the close. Okay. Then you get this morning and you get some good news, and then you get a rally. Couldn't hold. Sold out of it. Where did it go down to? Well, ironically, look at where it went down to. It went down to the close yesterday. So you're using that right now as short-term support. If we can continue a rally back up and this holds a support on QQQ at 471, that's not a bad thing. But again, you can't hold these rallies. And that's the problem with the market. It's not holding rallies right now. So let's go and look at a weekly. Well, that 471 is at the bottom? I don't think so. I don't think so. Again, I think 448 is the support that we're looking at right now. So if you were to buy at 475 and you didn't want to lose money, I would be putting your stop loss in at 471. Because I think if you break that 471, you're going down to 448. Now that's trading. Okay? There is a big difference between trading and investing. For me, I'm an investor. And so when I'm buying at 475 because it looks like we've pulled off that support at 471, I'm not selling at 471. I'm just buying at 475. But I'm not going to buy at 475. You want to know why? Because the 4-hour algorithm hasn't told me to do so. When you look at the 4-hour algorithm, that's when I buy. Will it get me in? Yes. I have been burned before by trying to time this early, and I don't want to do it again. That's my strategy. Okay? It's very clear. Strategies matter. Have one. If you want my 4-hour algorithm and you want to follow my strategy, get Trendspider. There is a deal going on right now. You can try it out for 14 days for $10 freaking dollars. You don't get my 4-hour algorithm, but Trendspider has so many tools. And you can just go over to their Twitter account, import, or their store, and import a ton of strategies and see if they work for you. How do you get it? Well, you go over to Linktree, linktr.ee, and you go over here, and you use the second link. It's Trendspider. And you get to this part, you sign up. You need a yearly subscription for my 4-hour algorithm, okay? But try it out. The point of this is you can try out Trendspider for 14 days for $10 freaking dollars, okay? I always point people, if you sign up for a yearly, sign up for the advanced, okay? The reason you get the advanced, if it's within your budget, you save 50%, okay? But you get 52 weeks of training. So you get 52 training sessions per year, one per week. And they can teach you how to design strategies that work for you. They're not going to tell you what to buy. They're not going to give you financial advice, but they can absolutely give you strategies that work for you. And you can try that tier for $25 for 14 days. And then when you sign up for your yearly, you get 50% off. It's very, very simple. But I'm not buying right now. I'm not trusting this rally until we change some things. Because when I look at the weekly, the MACD is still slightly stretched. The RSI is down at 40. We've still got a red candle that's just pulling up. We're not using this green line as support anymore. It's clearly resistance. And that green line is a long-term trend that's anchored at COVID on a weekly, okay? We used it last week as support. We broke down. Now we're using it as resistance. Old support turns to new resistance, just like old resistance turns to new support. Same thing, you can go either direction. But the fact that inflation is down and we haven't been able to hold a rally gets me nervous. Just gets me nervous. Am I panicking? No. Panic is not a strategy. So, by the way, happy March 11th, 2008. This was Jim Cramer saying Bear Stearns, everything is fine. No. Yeah. No, it wasn't. 2 weeks later, you owned nothing. Nothing. That is not the situation that we're in. We're in a market. This is not the same as 2008. 2008, you had structural problems with the market. Today, the problem is a tweet can take you down by 10% in the market. Okay, we've seen that. But happy Bear Stearns Day. Everything's fine. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. And that's where the legend of Jim Cramer came in, 2008. There is only one man that can save this market, and it is Roaring Kitty. Only one man. I'm waiting for him to post. I seriously am waiting for him to post. Okay? Now, the S&P is down over 8% from its February closing high. Over the last 75 years, the average intra-year market drop has been close to 14%. We're only down 8%. If you are overly stressed about your portfolio today, the stock market is not for you. Buy VOO. Just buy VOO. I got a message last night from somebody who said, hey, I lost all my gains from last week. That means you're over leveraged into NVIDIA. You're over leveraged into Tesla. You're over leveraged into some single stock or group of stocks that you shouldn't be. The market is down 8% from its closing high in February. That is not panic. Okay? I am down significantly more than that, but I know the reason why. It's because Apple. And if we look at Apple, should I have gotten out here at 242? Probably. Should have sold more. But when I look at Apple, I have a strategy. This weekly strategy is where I want to be. If we break down below 200, I will sell more. My average purchase price is like $2. But I know the reason why I'm down this year. Know the reasons why you're down. And if you can live with it, fine. If you can't, move some portion. Go and sell today. Even though it's low, go and sell, but go and buy VOO. Okay, because if you're down, it's most likely because of your single exposure. Now, I'm okay losing money because Apple is my largest exposure. You know, Microsoft's my second largest exposure. I think Microsoft and Amazon and Google, they're all up there. Okay, those are big exposures for me. I am taking a beating in my portfolio based on the Mag 7, but I have a lot of money on the sidelines and I'm looking to buy. We'll go over Amazon in a little bit. We'll go over Meta in a little bit. Am I looking to buy Tesla? I am looking to buy more Tesla. I have learned my lesson in the past. I want to buy Tesla, but I want to buy it on the 4-hour algorithm. You want to know why? Look down here next to my head, the performance chart, 148% over 24 months. Whereas if you bought and held Tesla, you're up 17%. So I want to trade it on this 4-hour algorithm. Now, my big exposure in Tesla is in XLY. And by the way, every freaking stock in XLY is down today other than Tesla. And XLY is even. Tesla is up 6% right now. But it's not based on fundamentals. You know, Elon is saying he's going to double production here in the US over the next 2 years. That might be a problem. He doesn't have demand right now. I was just over at Tesla. There are so many cars in the parking lot right now. Now, the service, they're doing great. The chargers, they're absolutely filled. But new cars, I don't know that he has the market for it. Unless every freaking conservative, if you're a conservative and you've supported Trump and you've got your MAGA hat and you've got your shirt and stuff and you don't buy a Tesla, why not? Why not? It's the most American-made car. You want America? It's Tesla. It's not Ford. It's not GM. It's Tesla. Look at who's getting killed by all of the Canada and Mexico tariffs. It's GM. It's Ford. It's not Tesla. Okay? That's a problem. So understand where you're at. Understand the stocks that you have. That's what you have to do. But understand too, VOO is not super greatly affected. Now, if you look at VOO, it's the same thing as QQQ. There's no entry in the 4-hour algorithm. I'm not going to buy. I don't have confirmation over that 9-day on the 4-hour. If I look at a 5-minute and I look into the close yesterday, we same thing. We lost steam. In a 5-minute, there's a huge gap up here between 529 and 524. Do you want to play that one? I don't know. When a tweet can take us down, that's a market that we're in. I'm buying for the long term. I'm not buying for the short term. Now, if you are worried about the market, this is a great clip. And yes, it's a small video. You don't need the video. It's 1 minute and 29 seconds. Peter Lynch, who is probably the greatest investor of all time. Wise words. Wise words. He basically says there's market corrections all the time. How to take advantage of them. Buy them. When you're down more than 5%, buy them. That's the way to take advantage of it. In my my newsletter, where I said if I lost everything and I had to redo it again, number one was to have a job. And the reason is you want to continually put money into the market. Just like into your savings account, you want to put money into the market. That's what you want to do. Now, the S&P, where are we going? Here's the checklist to determine future market direction. Economic growth expectations, bad. Predictable trade policy, bad. That's the administration's problem. They're doing this the wrong way. And so we could all look like fools. Every stock podcaster or, influencer out there could absolutely look like fools, because this could be a predictable trade policy where all of a sudden we get new agreements, new trade agreements. The North American Free Trade Agreement gets ratified. European, we get a new trade agreement with those guys. We get a new trade agreement with China. Then we all look like fools. But there is no predictable policy whatsoever. Expansionary fiscal spending. We don't have any. They're pulling back. They're cutting the size of government. Lower interest rates? That's a question. That's a question. Inflation's down. More than likely, if the jobs market doesn't explode, then we should get lower rates. If the job market does explode, who knows what the Fed's going to do, because they have two mandates. It's inflation and it's jobs. Lower inflation, we do know that that's a good thing now. We've gotten it. It's not down to where it should be. Deregulation efforts, we don't know what's happening. Tax cuts, we don't know. There hasn't been a conclusion in the House that these tax cuts are staying. Earnings and investments, yes. We're seeing a lot of money come into the markets. We're seeing a lot of earnings expansion. Consumer spending, it's okay. But we just saw from Delta and we saw from Walmart, we saw that's at question as well. Low unemployment. So far, so good. But again, if you lay off half of the freaking federal government, are there jobs around for those people? Or is AI taking over jobs? That's the question. So this is basically the 10-point checklist that will determine the market's future trajectory. If more X's or question marks turn into checks, things may go up as fast as they came down. If uncertainty reigns supreme, expect more volatility ahead, while additional pain can be in store. Okay, so take a look at the VIX. Where's the VIX? It's down 2% today, but it's at 26. I don't want to touch this thing until we get some certainty. And the VIX, it measures volatility. And then let's take a look at the 10-year. Let's go and look at the bond. Okay, US 10-year, this one's up 0.009. It's not coming down. So maybe there's going to be another tweet later in today. It's going to take the market down. Goldman Sachs here's the first crack. They're lowering their year-end S&P target. We lower our 2025 year-end S&P target to 6,200 from 6,500. That's still a great move to reflect a 4% reduction in a modeled fair value forward PE multiple, 20.6 from 21.5. They're lowering the PE of the S&P 500. Remember, these guys have models that do everything. You sell an extra iPhone, that model's going to go up. Google announces that all of a sudden they're raising their prices on YouTube TV, that model goes up. These models are so in depth. And so let's look at the stock screener today, because here let's look at the S&P. Let's look at the leaders in the S&P. Okay, it's Micron, it's Tesla, it's Nvidia, it's Vistra, it's Palantir, it's GE Vernova. It's the shit that was going down. Shit. It's popping. Boom. She just showed me a bag of poop. No, I don't want to see that. We're not putting that on camera. Yeah, girlfriend brings in dog poop. She took the doggies for a walk. But yeah, what's up? What was down? I think there's great opportunities in this market. You need to scan for them. Again, Trendspider brings you the scan. Maybe you don't want to scan for them. Maybe you just want to come over here and say, okay, let's look at the top stocks, top quant stocks by market cap. Big cap, CBRE, Gilead, Netflix, Amazon, Morgan Stanley, Exelon, Wells Fargo, Bank of New York, TKO in the mid cap, Antero Resources, all of these things. Maybe you want that EAT. This is a consumer one. This has been a big winner. Year to date, this is up 8.1%, and it's pulled back. It's pulled back. 5 days, we're up 3%. This has been a great winner. You want to know why? Cheap food. People are going to cheap food. That's EAT. EAT is a great one. So if you want this, maybe you get the premium and alpha picks combo. Okay, if not, maybe you want to do your own research. Go and get Trendspider. You can do a ton of research. I showed it yesterday. Correction deniers. We're going to show this one. We're going to just look at it. Correction deniers. Look, you're seeing markets go, the stock chart's going up. COR, stock chart's going up. DUK, which is Duke Energy, stock chart's going up. So make sure you have the tools in your toolkit to be able to withstand this. And if you're just buying and praying, at least just buy VOO. Because in my mind, that's the one. You see that red candle right there? We can't hold on to the gains. That's a problem. And Goldman Sachs reducing their year-end target tells me there's a problem. The Magnificent Seven, Meta is by far my favorite. That's still up year to date, 3.4%. Microsoft's down 10%. Amazon down 10%. Apple down 11%. Alphabet down 12%. Nvidia down 19%. Tesla is down 42% year to date. At some point, valuation matters. You are not buying that one for a 3-month swing. You're buying Tesla either on the 4-hour algorithm with a strategy, or you're buying it for 4 to 5 years. Do not trade Tesla without a strategy. But again, Tesla rallies even with delivery expectations being slashed. This is not on news. That's not a good thing. While we appreciate excitement around robotaxis, we believe the stock is reaching a breaking point where numbers start to matter based on our current model. Tesla has little room left for reduced price before free cash flow flips negative, highlighted analyst Rana Jakowski. I don't know his name. But again, have a strategy. This is one of the leaders today. You know, if we look at the NASDAQ, we're going to go from the S&P to the NASDAQ. Again, it's the number 2. Micron's the number 1. You're seeing some stuff turn around here. But again, is this the bottom? I don't think so. What you need to really look at, you know, you look at Taiwan Semi. Taiwan Semi had a buy in the algorithm at 172. And then it got you right back out. And it hasn't gotten you back in, but we've got a nice gain here. In these stocks in the core portfolio, which I provide you when you sign up for Trendspider, I believe that you can buy these on the 4-hour algorithm and long-term make money. Okay, they don't always work the same. You know, not every stock works exactly the same, but Tesla is just rallying based on some hype, not news on fundamentals, not news on product, not news on anything other than hype. So don't get stuck into that one. Now, if you want some good stocks, Stephanie Link, NEE, she's never owned it. It's typically expensive, down 12% from highs in the middle of the grid power infrastructure theme, 14 times EBITDA and 16 times average. She's going to leg in. Let's go and look at NEE. You know, you see a tweet like that and you're like, maybe I should get in. Well, the 4-hour algorithm got you in at 68. And look at the performance of the 4-hour algorithm over 24 months, 29.6% return on 27 positions. Buy and hold has made you 3.2%. You've got a negative 200-day, but the 50-day looks like it's moving positive. It's down today, down 2.8%. Is that bad? Let's look at a weekly chart. It's hovering around the 200-day. You can see if you're going to trade this one, that $89 is probably a resistance. On the weekly, you've got a super low MACD that looks like it's crossing up. You've got an RSI at 47, and you've got Bollinger Bands that are cinching up and contracting. What happened the last time they contracted right here? Well, right here you can see they contracted a little bit. We went down. But this one, when they contracted really tight, it went back up. The MACD was down. When this one contracted, the MACD was right around here, and you lost it. But that was 2023. Okay, NextEra Energy is a good stock. And again, she points out it's expensive. Let's go look at the quant rating of NEE. Let's NEE. Oh, come on. NEE. Seeking Alpha. Why is my Seeking Alpha not working? Oh, it signed me out. Why did it sign me out? I don't know why. Let's sign back in. And then, internal server error. Oh, I'm having some problems. Let's go over here. So my tool's not available. Let's go over to FinViz and let's look at it. Forward PE 21 or 18. 21 PE. The average target price 85, and you're trading at 71. Let me see why this one. Hold on. I think this is Chrome. Ooh, unless, no. Is it Chrome? Hold on. Let's go over to Safari. Damn, I was hoping not to have to edit this damn thing. Let me go to Safari and see if I can log in here. Nope. Okay, it is seeking alpha. Huh. Ooh. Quit Safari. Bum, bum, bum. Wow, that's not a good advertisement for you guys, seeking alpha. Let's see. Wah. I know it's not my not my connection because I'm still live. Morning, Scott and Scott. Or afternoon. Let's see. Okay. Okay, Seeking Alpha is having some effing problems, so we're just going to go on and continue on FinViz down here. We can see September 19th of last year, initiated Jeffries at 87. If you look at September, where was it trading? It was trading at 79. They expected it to continue up, and yes, it made that 87. Again, this is one that is participating in the energy infrastructure. You can see we haven't had any buys, but it's not huge. You know, you go back here to September of last year, they were selling at around options exercise 38. They sold at about 75. It's probably where you want to look to at the top. But if we get a great rally, then this isn't a bad one. You know, one of the things that I'm working on is going in. We can go to Perplexity. Let's go to Perplexity. Is NEE a good stock buy right now? I'm working on 10 prompts here for AI. Presents a mixed investment opportunity with both positive and negative factors to consider. Positive aspects, you can use AI like this. While NEE has strong potential in the renewable energy market and a history of dividend growth, the recent stock performance and financial concerns make it somewhat risky investment. Investors should carefully consider the risk tolerance. What are the main risks associated with NEE? We can ask Perplexity that one. This is AI. Later today, I'm going to post the 10 prompts that I got off of Twitter to turn AI into an analyst for you. That's going to be for paid newsletter subscribers. And it includes a lot of this. I use AI all the time. But look at all that it's coming up with. Operational risk, financial risk, debt and financing risk, market economy risk. If you want to go into that, go into it. For me, I'm looking at the 4-hour algorithm and I'm seeing 29% gain versus 3% buy and hold. And I'm seeing Stephanie Link buy it. And I'm saying, okay, maybe it's something that I want to look into. That's what I'm seeing. She is fantastic. ETN Analyst Day, over 70% of the U.S. grid is 25%, 25 years old. So ETN, it's not in my wheelhouse, but this is Eaton Corporation. And you can see 4-hour algorithm got you in. How does it do? It makes you 28%. Buy and hold makes you 59% over the last 24 months. I'm looking for an entry to buy and hold. And this looks like it might be the opportunity. Let's go and see. ETN. Okay, Seeking Alpha's back up. Now we've got Eaton. It's a quant. It's a hold in the quant. Upgraded KeyBank just today. Okay, it's up 3% today. Valuation presents a problem. You can analyze with AI. You can pull up an analyst recommendation. You don't have to go AI. You can do it all within this tool. The valuation is considerably higher than sector. Momentum is on a downward trend with a one-year price performance of -5, which is significantly lower compared to the sector median of -1%. So momentum, which I think is super, super important, has not been good. But is this turning around? Let's see. Wall Street thinks it's a $365 price target, and they've just started to take it down, but you're seeing the pullback. So that one, again, I like Stephanie Link. I'll put it in a watch list. In fact, I'm going to put this into the daily stock pick watch list. We'll throw this one in there. And now I can scan on it using the 4-hour algorithm to see where an entry gets in. We just had an entry in this one, 279. You're trading at 291. Today's candle opened at 296. Okay, the low 285. Doesn't look like it presents a ton of strength, but you're seeing it, a nice gap up, 283. I would be looking at that 283 to provide me, maybe at 285 if I'm looking for a long-term buy and hold. But again, using these stocks, PWR, ETN, GEV, GE Vernova, and that's one that I've had in my watch list for a while. She's got such great elevator pitches. She invests in companies that she can actually, when she makes a recommendation, I listen. I have such respect for her, okay? Amazon. Times like this, when you need to reflect that Amazon went from $113 down to $6 before it 400 times. There's a 47-second clip of Jeff Bezos talking about when the stock went from $113 to $6, and then it went up 400 times. Will it 400 times from here? I don't think so. But under $200, abso-freaking-lutely, I like this one. Is it going to turn around? It's not that expensive historically. And you can see that 188 is your support. It's held up. This week's candle, low, 190. So if you wanted Amazon and you didn't want to pay $229, why are you bitching about it at 180? It's an opportunity to buy. Now, the 4-hour algorithm on this one makes you 64% versus buying and holding 113%. This got you in at 204, got you right out on the next candle. So if you want to avoid losses, the 4-hour algorithm might be a good one for you, even though it halves buy and hold. You win 54% of the time. The problem is with this one, the 4-hour algorithm just keeps you in too long. So if you want to use the 9-day EMA, which is right now at 198 where you're trading, I don't know that I'd necessarily balls into this one, but I'd wait for the 4-hour algorithm. Probably on the next candle it will get you in, but under $200 I think is a great buy. You look at Google. Google down at 167. It fell right through that 171 support. Algorithm got you out. Did you get out? Maybe. But I do not see anything under 160. If we close below 164 this week, I would say you're going down to 145. The multiple is not bad on Google. It's just not. But you have to believe that AI isn't going to disrupt their search. And if they're going to do, if all of this stuff disrupts their search, that's their bread and butter. And then the valuation means a lot. Okay? Their forward PE is 18. Their current PE is 20. The PEG ratio with growth is 1.09. So again, I like this one. If we go over and we look at Meta, I think Meta under $600 is fantastic. You had the opportunity to buy it. I'm going to buy it when the 4-hour algorithm tells me to. And that very well may be on this candle. It's up 2% today at 618. I'm going to buy more. Now, when we look at a long-term chart of this one, the 50-day might be your support at 554. This weekly candle right here, it went down to 586. Right now, you're trading at 618. Your high, 633 for the week. But again, if you bought this at 700 and you're bitching, it's on sale. If you bought it thinking it was a great buy at $720, what's the problem with 617? Nothing in Meta has changed. Has the economy changed? Have we slowed down? Because remember, there's 3 ways this economy can go. It can go into a slowdown, which isn't bad. Just means that these things are on sale, but we're still roaring. It can go into a recession, which would be bad. That would be a contraction of the overall market. That would be bad. Or it can go into stagflation, which would be the absolute horrible. Those are the 3 things that you have to know about this market. If you believe we're in a slowdown, start buying. If you believe we're heading into a recession, slowly get VOO on the way down. If you believe we're going to stagflation, get the hell out of the market. Just sell everything. Those are your choices. And so that's the way I look at this market. Now, as far as Apple goes, I've gone over Apple and the weekly here at 220, 216. I would be buying if I didn't have such a large position. I think the way I look at it from the start of this, if you look at the volume slider, it looks like most people are here at 200. So at 216, you've got a support level at about 210. If you get down there, you're going back down to 200. If you get to 210, you're going to 200. Right now, the low this week is 214. If you get to 210, you're going to 200. But again, if I didn't have a position in this, I don't know necessarily, I wouldn't be pouring into it. Do I think that the valuation makes sense? No. The growth is horrible as well. But Apple, last year, take a look at last year's chart. Last year's chart around, when 2024, you can see January to April, it was down the whole time. And then what happened? Apple Intelligence. And boom, WWDC happened in June. We took off. And July was the peak. And then you saw into August, we just fell down. And you came down to this support level at 200, which was old resistance. So if you get to 200, start buying. There's the show for today. That's it. I'll have a paid one out for the newsletter, for the paid newsletter folks tonight. Okay, take care. See you. Bye. Okay, let me put this into iMovie because I do have to edit this mofo. And wah. I was on fire. I'm a little more awake here. Okay, wow. Let us colorize this one. Boom. Okay. Go over here. Oh, come on. Why did I? There we go. Let's go look at the quant rating of NEE. And she points out it's expensive. Let's go look at the quant rating of NEE. Oh, I'm having some problem. Let's go over here. So my tool's not available. Let's go over to FinViz and let's look at it. Forward PE 18. 21 PE. The average target price 85, and you're trading at 71. Boom. Okay. Oh. Edit, paste adjustments all. There we go. And I've just got to edit this one. Okay, anybody still with me? Okay, let's see. We're going to put in subscribe and green screen. And okay. 37-minute podcast. So let's see. Let's hope this works. Yesterday, this one didn't work on exporting. 312 pod. Bum, bum, bum. And then I'm going to work on a thumbnail. Canva. So while I'm here, you can ask me questions. There's only 17 people. Let's see. Okay, make a copy. Effects. I want a background. Hey, Emery. I appreciate you as well. Photo colors default, document colors. I don't like that I don't know. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I probably have to do this. Elements. Let's do this. And we're going to highlight this. We're going to take this down. And we're going to wall. And we're going to, let's see. Does that look good? No, we're going to take out all of these. Oh. Bum, 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 bum. Boo, we're going to take that out. Download. Jolene. Wah, wah. We're going to quit out of Safari. And, oh, I do have to use Safari. Well, let me see. What if I put that there? There we go. I can use this and upload this. Oh, it's getting over. I don't want. Okay. Let's see. Go back to iMovie. Wah. Let's see. We gotta wait for this to upload. I am gonna head out. Man, there were a lot of ads on today's live. Wow. Lots of ads. I appreciate you guys jumping on an hour. So I'm out of here. I will be back tomorrow. I may be live on Substack for some live recording for paid subscribers. But if you have any questions, you know where to go. Linktree, linktr.ee/dailystockpick. Have fun. Take care. See you guys. Bye-bye.
Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading bell. My heart starts to pound. Daily stock pick trading podcast in my ears, guiding me through my hopes and fears. Tune in daily, don't miss a single show. Sign up for the newsletter, let us help you grow. Taking risks, making moves, seeking success. Together we'll conquer, no room for any less. Listen now. Every morning I wake up to the sound of the trading